Hi everyone. For today's Freedom Model Quick Lesson, we're going to be talking about making a preference change. And not just a temporary preference change, but a real change in how much you like intoxication. If you're somebody that has been struggling with substance use and maybe you've tried moderation, you started reading the Freedom Model like a lot of people do, and then maybe you tried moderation and you thought, geez, I don't think I'm getting the hang of this. I understand intellectually what's happening, but I'm really struggling with the idea that I can moderate, that I can be happy drinking less, happier actively making the choice to drink 1 or 2 drinks. And I want to read you a passage from chapter 16 that might illuminate things a little better for you on why you might still be struggling with that. Try to remember, staring at the costs of use will almost always make the high you get from substance use look more appealing, not less appealing. The PDP, which is the positive drive principle, works on relative happiness values, not on costs. If a high from cocaine is fun to you, staring at a foreclosure notice that has been served to you because of your pricey habit is not going to make getting high on cocaine less appealing. Maybe it will for a moment, but then you'll find yourself going to get the coke again. This time, the high you will get from cocaine when compared to the feelings associated with looking at the foreclosure notice is a much better option. So there's a couple things at work here. If you're really struggling with making that preference change, if you're struggling with abstinence, or you're, with the choice in abstinence, and you don't feel like, no, I'm not going to be happier abstinent. If you're really struggling with learning to drink less or wanting to drink less, then the key really is to not look at the consequences. Stop looking at the consequences. Because these negative emotions, fear, anxiety, are not very good motivators. They're temporary at best. And they can have the opposite effect, which is to make getting high, getting drunk seem much more appealing to you. Especially if you believe that it's an escape from those very emotions. So that's, this can be such a twisted thing to change. Here's another passage that I think is perfect. People don't have to restrain themselves from burning cash because it has very high costs. More accurately, it never enters their minds as a serious option because they don't see an ounce of benefit in it. You don't have to restrain yourself from doing things that you don't see benefits in ever. Ever. It will never feel like a loss not to do them. So if you still have a strong preference for being high or drunk, or if you're thinking, I don't still have that preference, yet I'm still doing it, there is some benefits you see in it, or you would stop. So the key is to make a lasting preference change, to really change your preference. Shed that addict identity, which my last quick lesson talked about that. You are not a powerless person doing things against your will. Get that out of your head. The first several chapters of the Freedom Model and the appendices, especially Appendix A and B, cover that completely. You have not lost control. You've never lost control. You're doing what you think has the greatest benefits for you. You're doing what you think will make you happier at any given moment. So then figure out what you feel like substances are doing for you. Figure that out. Stop focusing to try and change yourself. Stop focusing on the high costs that you're paying. Those are not relevant to changing your preference. At this point, if they haven't worked for you up until now, they're not going to work now. They may be relevant to keep you stopped for a short period of time, but to make a lasting preference change, they're not relevant. And instead, look at what you feel like you're getting from substances and challenge those benefits. Because the odds are pretty good that you're not getting what you think you're getting, that it's not working as well as you think it is or want it to work, and that perhaps there are other options for you. Even abstinence itself may work better to help you with whatever you're trying to get substance to help you with. So shed the idea that you need them for anything, for any reason. Challenge yourself to find happiness in abstinence. Run the experiment, run the test. This is a great time to do it. You know, especially if you're somebody that may struggle during the holiday season. Challenge yourself to do things that you wouldn't normally do to break out of the mold. And I know this year has been specifically tough for many, many people. You know, it's been hard on small businesses. It's been hard on families. It's been hard on the elderly and the sick who are now feeling isolated. It's been hard on substance users and people who are social people in general. You know, and so challenge yourself to maybe get creative, to find ways to solve boredom and loneliness and restlessness and to overcome maybe feelings of helplessness this time of year and this current climate. Because nobody's helpless, nobody's powerless. Only you have the power to change your preferences in your own mind. And you've done it before. So maybe look at something that you used to do, that you used to love to do, that you stopped doing or that you changed. And it could be something that was good for you that you loved. And it could be something that maybe wasn't so good for you that you loved. It could be something that you did when you were young that you kind of outgrew. But I guarantee you, if you look in your past, there are things that have changed in your life and things that you once loved that you shed, that you moved beyond. And substance use can be one of those things as well. So if you're struggling, read chapter 16 about making a preference change. I highly encourage it. And then maybe go back through chapters 17 through 20 to challenge the benefits you see in your substance of choice and using it at the level that you're using it if you want to make that change. So remember, we are here. We are here through the holiday season. You can reach us at 888-424-2626. The retreat is open. We are currently taking 3 guests at a time. You can come from anywhere from 2 weeks to 5 weeks. Most people complete the program in 3 to 4 weeks with us, and you work one-on-one with Mark and myself. And it's just a really nice place to come and get away for a little while to figure this problem out. Sometimes that can be very, very helpful. Or if you just want to talk on the phone, or maybe you want to set up Zoom classes with us, 888-424-2626. And maybe you just want to hear a friendly voice, and I'm happy to talk with you. Thanks so much. Bye.